And to answer that question, yes, we are recording this for the people that cannot be here today. Okay? All right. We're going to get started. It's 7 o'clock. People coming in late. This is being recorded, so they'll be able to listen to it again. Before we start doing the presentation, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the owner of this company. And let me just do this real quick. Okay. All right. And then we'll get on with the presentation as far as the website, all the way from signing up, registering, and watching, viewing the ads, explain everything. And once I'm done with the presentation, we'll open it up to answer any questions you may have. If there's some reason I can't answer them and our guest speaker is still here, I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer the questions. First of all, before we start talking about the company itself, I'd like to talk about Charles, the owner of the company. Had a very good conversation, interview with him the other day, about 45 minutes. He grew up in Colorado. He now lives in Utah. He's at age 33. He is a single father of an 8-year-old son. Anybody that lives, you shouldn't have an echo there, Margaret. Sorry if you do. Anyway, that's very impressive to me to start out with. If anybody lives in the United States, and I'm sure it's like this in other countries, that it's very rare to see a father have full custody of a child after divorce. In the United States, the majority of the time, it's a woman. And it's a single mom instead of a single dad. So, yes, Charles, you're muted. And so to me, that says a lot about a person. I also have several children, and anybody that has children or raises them on their own understands what it's like to raise children on your own. It's very difficult, especially when you have a job that's not at home. You're working as a health insurance agent. You have a small one in daycare. And you know how that goes. If you've ever had a child in daycare, every week they're bringing home something, being sick. So you miss time at work and you have to stay home to watch your child. Unfortunately, that doesn't work too well because you don't get paid when you're not at work. This was Charles' situation. So he elected to do something more. He wanted to be home with his son so he could watch him, and this is how he began to do his online business. Now, he did go to college. He had a 4.0 grade point average, started in psychology, did a couple different things in majors as he changed, and he found out computer science was what he wanted to do. Knowing when he found his future with computer science, he elected to withdraw from college because he knew he didn't need college in order to do what he needed to do. Very transparent person. An amazing owner of a company to take his time out to talk to me like he did. Most of the time it's just chat on Skype. It's very rare you get to talk to somebody on the phone and actually have a video conference. Now, keep this in mind. For anybody that has doubts about logistics, legalities of a company, okay? If you're worried about a company being legal. If you're a single dad with an 8-year-old son, I don't think you or myself would want to do anything that would jeopardize my son being taken away from me or myself being taken away from my son. Charles has gone to extensive research to what he's done to make sure that what we are doing is 100% compliant with the United States, because he is not about to risk the relationship between him and his son. Okay? This is not a multi-level marketing company. There's only one level of referral commissions. This is not a hype. I don't have to explain how this works to let you know it's not a hype. What I will tell you why it's not a hype, okay, for the people that don't know, but most of the people here I'm sure have been online and know what I'm talking about when it comes to hype. Any kind of a high risk program or business online, Payza will not allow you to have a direct tie with them. You have to go through EaglePay, then to Payza, or vice versa. With AdHitProfits, you can use Payza direct. Why? It's not a high risk. It's compliant. It's not a hype. It's not a multi-level marketing scheme. It's an advertising company. And we make shares by doing that. Okay? And by that all being said, when I talked to Charles, one of the things that stood out to me, in the end, what he said to me, Ernie, I'm not jeopardizing my relationship with my son. I'm not waking up tomorrow to know my business is gone. I'm not waking up tomorrow to know my business is going to be gone in a year. I'm not even waking up tomorrow to know my business will be gone in 5 years. He has a future. He has had other things online, and by those experiences has perfected AdHitProfits. And at this time, I'd like to introduce you to a very transparent owner by the name of Charles that I had a pleasure of speaking with. So at this time, I'd like Charles to speak and introduce himself. Everybody welcome Charles.
All right, can you hear me? All right, can you hear me? Sound check. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm really excited about this opportunity. And like what Ernie was saying, this is definitely not one of these high yield investment type of plans. And the main reason why it's different is that with a high yield investment plan, they are giving you a fixed type of return daily or monthly or weekly or whatever. And the problem that they bump into is that they overpromise and they cannot provide that kind of yield. And so eventually they crash, or if they're working a long time, it's actually illegal inside the United States. So those types of programs will either be shut down by the government or they'll crash from running out of funds. The great thing about AdHitProfits is every bit of an amount of earnings that goes on your account comes from straight profits coming into the website. So you'll never have to worry about when you withdraw whether there's going to be funds on hand to pay out that kind of a payout. And so I know that right now, as we're early and we're young, there are some people that are still a little bit shaky because they've just been burned from another program. And I totally respect that. I know that there's times where I'm just away from my computer or asleep. I come back to my computer with a lot of people panicked. Where's my payout? Where's my payout? And it's funny to me in a way, but I also feel really bad for these people because they truly have been burned and they're really worried that they're not going to get their payout because I was asleep for a few hours. And so I've been really trying very hard to get these payouts sent out as very fast as possible. And some people even have said that they've gotten their payout instantly. And the main reason why that has happened is because cash is absolutely on hand, because every single bit of income that's on your account comes straight from real cash. So as other types of opportunities, like these high yield investment plans, are paying out and hoping that they get enough incoming payments to cover your payouts, every amount that is coming in is being handled because the money's already there. We're ahead of the game. We're not behind and we're not chasing. So that's one of the things I really like about AdHitProfits. And as a revenue share, one of the things I really, really like about it as well is that we're splitting more than just the profits from shares. You know, a lot of revenue share programs just split shares, and that's where they also run short and things can slow down. One of the great things about this is that we do have high amount of traffic coming to our website, so smart advertisers are going to be placing their banners on our website because their ads are actually going to be seen. And with the type of target market that we're in, being seen by so many different eyeballs every single day, people are really going to start talking about the kind of exposure that they're getting and the results that they're having on our website versus others. So I know that we're new, and a lot of the advertisers haven't yet even started using our service. So I believe that as time goes further forward, we'll start to see more advertisers, which means more profits for everyone. So if we can have everyone get the word out, if they know any advertisers, program leaders, owners, anything like that, if you can spread the word, you do get 10% commissions from any of their purchases or repurchases. So that's one of the great things I really like about this program, is that it's completely self-sustained from all of the revenues, and the only amount that you get on your account actually comes from real profits. It's not going to crash like some of these others. So when it comes to how long this program or an opportunity can last, I believe it can last forever, assuming that we continually have a strong advertiser base. And right now it seems like we have a pretty decent flow of revenues coming in through this opportunity going out to all of our members. So thank you to everyone for bumping up your positions and inviting out, because it really truly is you all who have made this opportunity as incredibly awesome as it has. And I want to thank you all for being here and being part of this. Back to you, Ernie.
Hey, thanks a lot, Charles. It's awesome that you come here to speak and let us know how it's going. It's not a bunch of hype. You're talking, straight from
Still
the
there,
heart.
Ernie?
Oops. Yeah, I'm here. Okay. Let me go ahead and mute your mic here real quick. Okay, there we go. All right, so yeah, it's really awesome. Charles comes on here and talks, not talking about a bunch of hype, how we're the greatest, he's the greatest. That was from the heart. Telling you really truthfully how it's going, and I really enjoyed talking to him. I really enjoy having him here, and I'm sure everybody else is too. Okay, and so right now I'm going to go ahead and go through the website, and for the new people, this will help you right now. Anytime, Charles. Don't go away. I might need your help. But we'll go from signing up all the way through the site. For the new people, this will be good right from the start. For the people that have been in it, you'll know some of this when we start. But I just want it to be helpful for everybody. Just so you know, if you haven't joined yet, whoever asked you to come here, get back to them and join under them. Okay? This webinar is strictly to help people understand how AdHitProfits works. Okay? And that's what we're trying to do, is help people. That's the bottom line. All right, so first thing here I'm going to do is up here, everybody knows where it says sign up. You just got to click up on here to sign up. Okay? Basic information: first name, last name, email address, username, password. Click agree, and then you register. Okay, once you've done that, you'll get an email, looks like this, to activate your account. And you'll click on the link in the email to activate your account. Once you've activated it, you'll get another email saying thank you for activating your account. I'm going to go over here. Now this is the account that's been activated, okay, which is, that part's fairly simple, just to activate and get the email and click on the link. So this account is active, okay, or not active, it's inactive, but the account has been activated. The reason it says inactive here is because, as you see, there's no amounts. It has not made a deposit yet. And the reason I've made this up strictly for training, so I can show you the steps for people that have not done this yet or may not understand it. What I did, you can also have here your account details are not completed. But what I did first is I clicked on your account is inactive because I wanted to start earning ASAP. So this was my first step. And the first step, you click on that, and here you go. You got your share cost is $45 per share. You put the number of shares that you want, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'll just put 5 in here to give you an example. And then here you got your drop down box. Okay, and right now on this particular one here, let's see, why is it showing that? Hold on one second here. It's went back to my account. Hold on here. let me log into another account here so I can show you, because it just automatically put me into my other account here that has money in it, and I'll show you that also. And you'll notice when I'm signing in now, right now like this, and I log in, that I didn't have a secondary password because I haven't set it up yet. But let me see if I can do this without getting into the other account. Okay, good. Here we go. All right, so if I just put 5 in here, and then you go here, you'll see there's only Liberty Reserve, Payza, and Solid Trust, okay? And again, like I said, Payza direct, no Ego Pay, because this is a compliant USA company. Otherwise, Payza would not allow this. So I'm just going to click on Payza, and then I'm going to preview. And it's going to tell you right here the exact amount that you need in your Payza account to pay for 5 $45 shares. And then you just click on Pay, and it'll take you right to Payza. Or if you want to do STP or Liberty Reserve, you can do any of them. Okay, I'm just showing you an example right now as far as starting off to buy your shares. Okay, once you've done that and you've bought your shares, again, you can do it whichever way you want. If you want to finish your account details first, you can do that, which I'm going to click on here and just show you. When you click on it, it says account details not completed, secondary password not specified, transaction PIN not specified. Okay, so you can click on each one of these and you can go ahead and fill them in and finish your details. Okay, payment settings, as far as your processor, you select whichever processor you want, you put your ID in there, and that's the one you'll use to withdraw. Now, if you decide to use a different one, you're going to have to come back in here and change this to whichever one you decide to withdraw from. Okay, if you want to use Payza, you got to click on Payza and you got to put your email address. If you want to use Solid Trust Pay, you got to put your username there. Okay, and like right now, I got mine set on Payza, so I have to withdraw Payza. If I decide I want to draw with STP, I have to come back into my main settings and change that. Okay, otherwise it won't work. And same thing here. If you want, when you want to do your secondary password, you just click on your secondary password. Now you don't have to do your password again. That's only if you want to change it. All right. So you go to your secondary password. You put it in here. It says new secondary password. Actually, it's going to be new because you're just starting. Then you confirm it, and then you update. Now you can't do your secondary password and transaction PIN at the same time. So if you think you put your secondary password in, and then you put in your transaction PIN and you click update on one, it's only going to update the one that you click on. So you got to do them separate. You got to do your secondary password, update, come back, do your transaction PIN, and update. Okay? And if you missed some of this, like I said, this got to be recorded, so you'll be able to watch it as many times as you want and go to wherever you need to in the recording to go over this again. But again, once I'm done with all this, ask all the questions you want, and we'll try and answer everything that you have. Okay, so that's as far as signing up, depositing your money, and getting your account details set. Now, once you've done that and you're set, you're going to have to click on ads. All right, and I'm going to show you right now. You can see this one right here. This is my wife. It says in the green, you have clicked 10 ads today. The next time she's going to have to click her ads is right down below the green bar. It says next time to click 10 ads. Today at 9:44 this evening, which is a couple hours from now. And then, we start clicking ads. Not until this bar here turns yellow, like up this top bar, will you able to start clicking ads that it will actually go towards for your next day. There's no reason to click more than 10. You're not going to get no more credit for it than just clicking for the 10 ads, okay? So she doesn't have to do anything right now. She's earning. As long as this bar is green, you're earning. Now, you might ask, well, what if I can't get to it in time? And let's say this bar turns yellow, all right? And 3 hours down the road, you can come in, or you forgot 3 hours later. Well, you're still going to get paid, all right? The thing is, while this is yellow, you're not getting paid, okay? But it just delays it a little longer as far as when you're going to get your 125%. You don't lose anything. So don't be worried if you forget one day that you lost money. You will not lose. Yeah, it will change. You're right. Okay, like right now, if I click my ads, I wait till 9:44, and if it takes me 10 minutes to click my ads, then it will be 9:54. It'll keep changing once you get done. That's correct. Okay, so, you know, that's the whole thing, though. I don't want you to think that if you forget, you got to lose anything. You don't. Your shares, the $45 shares, earn 125%, meaning when they mature, which I'll show you here in a minute, what it's worth for each share, okay? And now what I'm just going to do, though, to show you how this works, in case somebody doesn't know, or they want new people to come in, you can give them this video when it's done and let them watch it. It'll help them with a lot of questions. So I'm just going to click on this bar, even though it's green, and pretend it's yellow. And here come up the banners of the websites for you to click on. Okay, there'll be 10 of them here. Now, even the ones that aren't showing a banner, and it's usually because they didn't put the right URL in, that's why the banner doesn't show up. But all you got to do is click on one of these, and you'll see what happens. You've got a timer, 10 seconds. All right, once this 10 seconds is up, you'll see what happens. Your click has been credited. You may close this window now. And you see it says visited. That means you've successfully visited that site. You have to do this 10 times, so all these banners will say visited. You'll see 10 visited, visited right down the line. And once you've done that, you go back here, and this will be now, whoops, it keeps sending me back there. It'll be green. Okay, and then you're good to go for another 24 hours from the time that you finish that last ad. You don't have to do all 10 at the same time. I do it because I don't want to have to keep coming back and forth to the computer. So when it's time, I just click all 10. I'm done with it. I move on for the rest of the day or the night, whatever the case may be. So whenever you start, or whenever you want to start, make sure it's a time that you want to come back to your computer and click on those 10 websites. Okay? So don't be worried about if you forget. You're still going to make 125%. Now right here you can see you have to have $45 to buy a share. Right now you see my wife has $46 here. So what I'm going to do is there's enough amount earned right here. I'm going to go up here, purchase bump listing. So if you're in the Skype room, you always hear them talk about bump. This is what they're talking about. I'll go ahead and purchase a share. And what that does, bumps you back up to the top. And let's see if this is going to work because it keeps sending me back to this one here. Let me close this out. I'm going to have to sign in again. Hold on one second. So what happens when you log into 2 different sites at one time. Let me log in here one more time. You'll notice where I'm logged in now, because this one's active, it's asking me for a secondary password because it's already all set up. So go ahead and do that. Alright, so let me try this again. Here. Okay, I've got to buy one. There's one in there. I'm going to click here. Now, because there's enough in my balance to buy an ad, now you see there's 4 different selections here. Okay, if you want to buy more, from outside, from your fresh from your processor, you can. But if you have enough in your balance, obviously use your balance. So I'm going to click on that. I'm buying one. I'm going to preview it. Go down here, and I'm going to pay now. And it says the payment has been registered. Go back to my dashboard, and there's my balance of $1.56 because I just spent $45 on another share. Okay. I'm going to also show you what she started with. So people don't think you have to start with, thousands of dollars to make money. You don't. My wife here, you can see, on the 24th of April, started with $90. Okay? Since then, and for people that are saying it's slowing down, Well, I'm going to show you something here, and then you can go from what you want to, okay? 24th, she started. The 26th, she bought another share. The 28th, she bought another share. The 30th, she bought another share. Today, she bought another share. It's exactly a day in between each time she's bought a share, okay? Now, I'm going to show you something else, because sometimes they say, oh, it slowed down. Well, you got to make sure that some of your shares didn't mature, because if they did, yes, it's going to slow down. The first two she bought on the 24th have already matured. They're at $56.25. That's 125%, including the $45 of the share that you bought. So your net profit for a share is $11.25. But you don't figure it that way because you bought other shares that are still working, so you're really making more than that, depending on how you want to look at it, okay? Because now she's got 4 shares working. That's $180, and she started with 90 on the 24th. Today is the 2nd. Figure that out. What's that? 8 days? Now, this can change. That's fine with me. I'm still going to get my 125%. My wife's still going to get her 125%. Whether it takes a week, it takes 2 weeks, it takes 3 weeks, you're still getting paid. Okay? As other things you can do, if you want to set up a listing and you want to advertise another program you're doing on the site, you can do that. Here's the Alexa rating that he's put up, where the banners are at, and the blue is all the way up here. That's AdHitProfits. And let me tell you, I'm not sure if you're all familiar with, and don't worry, we will get to your questions, okay? Definitely will get to your questions. The Alexa rating, okay, he's only been open since April 8th. Less than a week ago, I checked Alexa rating was 20. I know it's different for different countries, but for the world, you're talking Alexa rating rates you in the world with over 30 million websites. Okay, 30 million. A week ago, it was at 25,000, and we've only been around since I believe it's April 8th. If I'm wrong, somebody's type it in. So we're talking not even a month. And now I just checked it again today, and I checked it like 5 days ago. Now we're down to 17,000 out of 30 million in the world. And we haven't even been here a month yet. What's that mean? That means you're going to see a lot of businesses are going to want to advertise on this website. Why? Because there's so many people visiting it. It's advertising. It's like a giant billboard in the best part of the town with your name on it. Okay? So that's great for us. And it's the same thing like Charles was saying. Get the word out there. They'll be happy when they see the results. I'm ecstatic. I actually believe we have something here that's going to be around when I wake up tomorrow. I don't have to worry about it. Matter of fact, when you wake up, it's usually a good thing because you bump. It's awesome. So let me see what else here. You can pay it forward. You know, if you want to send somebody a share within the system. You got your revenue shares that will show you here. And you got, pages, and depending on how much you want on each page for, how many rows. Let me go here. You got your payment history. You got your personal, your withdrawal history, which I don't have any. And that's another thing that, people might be asking. There's many different ways you can do this. Okay, and it's pretty much known. I take a lot of advice from David Lockwood. He's been doing this a lot longer than I have. I go to his webinars all the time. And there's a 33% rule. If you do a 33-67, I just 30-70 rule, you take out 30%, put in 70%, your account will continue to grow. Okay? You can do 50-50, you can take it all out. It's up to you. It's your personal preference. But there's no way is wrong way. It's whatever you want to do and feel comfortable. Okay? It doesn't matter. There's just certain ways that will make your account grow faster. Obviously, if you don't do any withdrawals at all, and as soon as you get $45, you bump and you buy another share, your account's gonna grow faster because you're not taking anything out of your account. It's just like a business. The more you put into it, the more you're gonna get out of it. Hopefully, if you're doing it right. Okay. So I don't think there's anything more that I need to go over as far as the website. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and shoot. And for some reason, if I miss it, go ahead and ask it again because they do disappear. Hold on. Nope, my wife does not have any referrals at all. None. Well, I don't know if I still got that here. See right here? Sponsored members, 0. No referrals. Okay? This you do not have to refer with this company, but obviously with any company that you refer, we all know you make more. Okay, and like Charles was saying, you get 10% commission, one level, when they deposit or when they buy a new share or when they buy advertisement. You get paid 10%. Okay, explain through the PIF more. Okay, right here. Let's start with that. Hold on a second. Okay, you just click on that right here. You got number of shares, the username of the person that in here, like mine is Ernest DG3. You'd put that in here, and then you'd select the processor, or in this case, it's not showing up because I don't have enough in my account to transfer to PIF. Okay, that's all you have to do. Okay, Ernie, can you show them where to place their ads, please? Okay, you talked about setup listing, Pam? Okay, right here where it says advertisement setup, you click on setup listing. I've set one up here, okay? And let me do this edit. What you do here, this is what will come up if you don't have one. You put the title, the description that you want. Then you have, as far as the banner URL, I make my own banners. So I have made up my own URL for the banner. And then your target URL would be like your referral link. If you're, depending on what you are advertising, that is what would go in your target URL. Now, in here, for a target URL for me, this link is a YouTube video that I made for this particular company. So when they click on this banner, it's going to take them to my YouTube video, okay? Where other people would have a referral link here to take them to whatever program they're promoting. Okay, yeah, you want me to go to that? All right, hold on here. Right here, you see total website hits. That's how many times that website's been viewed. I just started that, okay? Yes, you can have more than one account per household. My wife has one, my son has one, and I have one. Now, I have separate STP accounts for each one of those. Well, you can view your ads at different times, okay, but you can't start viewing them till that bar turns yellow. The thing is, until that bar turns green, you won't be earning. If I hope that's correct. Yeah, that's correct, Hazel. Okay, hold on. You guys are going so fast, I can't answer all these questions. Hey, I know there's some mods in here. If you see questions I haven't answered, you guys feel free to type in. Okay. Why? Hold on one second, because as you guys see the questions disappear. They disappear for me too. So let me answer a few so I don't keep disappearing on me. That'd be cool. And yes, Doug, you can have more than one account on one PC. And Pam says, when you purchase a share for 45, you are buying the right to set up listing and bump your ad to the top. Okay. Yes, Yen. That's a yes. This is not a cycler in no shape or form. It has nothing to do about cycling. It has to do about advertising. Okay, and there's no specific time that each share will mature. The thing that is for sure, you will get 125% for each share. That is definite. The time varies. And let me just say something before you start typing more questions. As far as withdrawals are very awesome. The thing is, you got to remember, okay, if you're looking at frequently asked questions, it does say you can make withdrawals 24/7, but it doesn't say they're instant. It doesn't say you're going to get them in an hour. Charles does them, so he does have to sleep. He's human. So don't worry if it takes 8 hours for you to get a withdrawal. You will get it, okay? And if he's up and you do a withdrawal at the time that he's up and at the computer, you will get it. And like you said, also there's funds automatically available. You get it faster, but it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's not totally automatic because that can be a little bit risky. Everyone splits profits. Okay, it's being recorded now. Once I upload it and edit it, if you're not in one of the Skype rooms, there is 4 Skype rooms. Okay, get in one. I'll also put the link up on the Facebook page. If you're not on that, get in that. Just look up, AdHitProfits on Facebook. Okay, somebody started with $90. You talking about my wife started with $90? How was she able to bump at least 4 times? Well, it's been 4 times, but it wasn't. It was every other day. Right now, I would think if you're uh, not taking it out and you started with $90, you should be able to do the same thing. Maybe not exact. It may take 2 days next time for my wife to bump up the next time. But because there's more shares, that's why. Even if it slows down, she has more shares than she started with. Okay, great. Pam just put in her Skype username. If y'all look at that, if you get her username, she'll be more than happy to add you to a Skype room, and we will post the link in there for this recording. There you go. Charles says 2 shares starting would be 2 times more pieces of the pie. Each more share equals 1 more piece of the pie. Can be chocolate cream pie. Yeah, now you have to log out to see the frequently asked questions. Okay? Correct. Exactly. The more shares you buy, the more you earn. That's correct. $10 is the minimum withdrawal. I'm not sure if you can more shares, more splits. I'm not sure. Can you PIF with any amount? Can somebody answer that, Charles or Pam? Because I'm not sure. As far as I think you have to PIF in multiples of 45, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, any amount. There you go. Thank you, Charles. You can PIF any amount. Okay, any amount of shares. Okay. Yeah, so when you PIF somebody, it automatically buys shares. It doesn't go into their available balance, correct? Cool. Okay, I don't know if I should comment on this, but I'm sure if I'm wrong, Charles will correct me. As far as a referral contest, you really don't need one because this program is so good. A lot of times people do a contest to bring in people because it's not doing so good. But that's just my opinion. Okay? I'm not the owner of this company. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean, Cindy, as far as concerned about the emails being posted in this system. I don't know what you mean, Cindy. You talking about to get into this webinar? Okay, cool. There's no Cindy. It's completely secure. They don't have to worry about it. All right, and don't worry. I'm not going to spam them at all. I'm here to help people. I have never once ever gotten a referral for any webinars I've ever done because that's not why I'm here. And Charles said we might have a referral contest. Yip yippee. The sources of the income are from advertising. Correct. If your bar is green, you're perfect. Green means go outside and play. Hey, no problem, Cindy. And I understand, believe me. I get that because I don't like being spammed. Okay, great. There you go, Lewis. Charles just answered that question for you. That's correct, Brad. But there's also companies that are coming in and purchasing, the large banners for $350 a week. There's solo ads. There's, the 125 by 125, which you see a whole bunch of them that are, paying for those ads. It's real similar to, any other company out there that's got banners and they're being paid for it and they're making good money. But you want to know what? Charles is a nice guy. He's sharing it with us. That's how we're making money. Buying a solo ad would be something that you would want to advertise. If you want to advertise AdHitProfits and you want to get referrals, that would be a benefit of a solo ad. Or if you're selling a face cream, okay, you have a website, you sell face cream, anti-wrinkle cream, and you want to advertise it, you could buy a solo ad for anything. If you have your own website or your own product, you could buy a solo ad and it will go out to the whole bunch of people. When you purchase the ad, you talk about the other ads I was saying about the banners. That's for you to advertise your business. Okay, it's not about you making money with your shares. Okay, but that also helps the company when you do that, obviously, because you're paying for advertising, just like a lot of other companies are paying for advertising on AdHitProfits. Yes, everybody needs advertising, absolutely. Hey guys, question for you, Charles. Steve wants to know if we'll be here in 5 years. Okay, again, if I've missed one of your questions, it's not that I'm avoiding it. Just type it again because, like I said, I might have missed it. So if there's a question that hasn't been answered, please ask it again. I'll be more than happy to answer it, okay? That's what I'm here for. And Charles and Pam and the other admins that are here, we're all here to help. I like that answer. Yes, Jose, I hope I'm saying that right. We will have this webinar, as long as Charles says it's okay, every Thursday at 7 p.m., and everyone will be recorded. So when you have new people, bring them to the webinar. If you're not sure how to explain it, bring them to the webinar. And then once they understand it, they want to join, have them join under you. Okay, we're here to help. Here to help people as a team. Always works better. Correct, Brad. Minimum one share at $45 to start. That's correct. And if you have not started and you have referrals, you still can get paid from your referral commissions. That's correct, Ryan. You're absolutely right. And because the Alexa rating is getting so good, I'm just curious to see what it's going to be like a month from now. Top 500? That'd be pretty awesome, huh? Maybe even better. Understand about the bad taste, Steve. We've all been there. Yes, minimum is one share at $45, Brad. Weekly webinars, yay. I understand that as far as people all over the world, Bill, but it's really hard to vary the times. What I'd rather do is record them so people can listen to them and learn. And I get it, and maybe we can get Linda to do them at a different day so people can also see from other countries. I understand that because like over in the UK, it's late. I know. Tyrell, Charles just answered your question. Thank you. See, what's really nice here, everybody, Charles is the owner and he's here just like you are. I mean, how great is that? I mean, how many programs have you ever known that the owner doesn't come and just speak for 2 minutes and then leaves? I mean, seriously, I'm ecstatic. I'm so happy it's not even funny. Anytime. And don't be afraid to ask a question. The one you don't ask is the only stupid question. Okay? Do not be afraid, because I guarantee you a question you ask, there's probably 10 other people that want to know. Art, yes I am. And you're right. Most time owners are never around. That's very correct. And that's correct too, Ryan. Okay, hey Pam, could you put in your Skype username again? Jose needs your Skype username so he can join one of the groups. Jose, Pam will put her Skype username in. There it is right there. Charles just put it in. People string Pamo. Okay, just add her, but put a message that you listen to the webinar so she knows who you are. Thanks, Pam. Okay, and she'll be more than happy to add you to a Skype room. And again, there's also a Facebook page too that Dr. Zink puts up, a lot of good videos, promotional videos, what have you. They're excellent. Thanks, Pam. Yes, you do get credits to place your banners. That is where I was showing you how to set it up. Is where you go to set up your banner. And yes, you do get free credits. You pay for them. You're paying you $45 for a share, right? So you get credits with that. Okay, it's not a daily interest, okay? And this is what you can expect. There you go. Charles just told you what you can make, okay? That's the way it works. But for every $45 share, you'll get $56.25. So net $11.25, guaranteed, 125% for each share. It's not like daily. It's not exact every time. It could be, so much one day and a different amount another day. Advertising isn't an equal keel. It doesn't just keep going straight across the board. That's just the way it is. It's like if you're a car salesman and you're sitting there on the lot trying to sell a car, one day you may not sell any cars. The next day you may sell 10. Advertising is the same way. And that's correct. If we call it interest to be in problems. Okay, this is not an investment, people. This is not passive. You do have to do work. Okay? It's all right, Steve. Hey, it's all good. It's the way we learn. Does any big company use a site to buy ads? That's a question for Charles. Yeah, the 125% is what you earn from everything that we're doing for each share. Yeah, does that mean, Moon, does that mean you were a car salesman? I was. I hated it. Anyway. No 1099s. You're responsible for your own taxes. And yes, it is recorded. I will put it in. Well, I'm only in 2 of the Skype rooms. I'm sure Pam will put it in the other ones. Once I get it edited, I will upload it and I'll put the link out so everybody can get it. Referral percentage, Ryan, is 10%, one level. And once they're in, they build up, they buy another share from within the system, you get 10% of that too. Or if someone buys one of the ads to place for their company, you get paid 10% of that also. On every purchase, each share, yes. Every $45 share that you buy, you make 125% of. And that's correct. The time will vary, but the amount will not. Yeah, you're right. Thank goodness is right. You don't have to wait for it to mature in order to buy another share. I'm not sure about the posting the link on Facebook. I know some people are having issues with that. I can't answer that one. Maybe one of the admins here can answer that. I'm not sure. Okay, there you go. Pam just said use that, moreshare.com for Facebook. I'm not sure what that does, but apparently it makes it work. Oh, okay, it makes a biddy. I got you. Interesting. Okay, there you go. There, thank you everybody for the help. You can't just put the regular link. You got to do moreshare.com or Biddy to change the link. And I guess that's what you'd call cloaking. And there you go. As far as to make the shares receive more faster is spread the good word. Get owners of businesses that want to market and advertise their business. Yeah, there is many shorteners. Exactly, you're right. That's just one of them. There's bit.com, whatever you want to call it. I use that too. Oh, Bitly won't work? Okay, thank you, Pam. See, that's why I work as a team. If anybody wants a mic to talk, I'll be more than happy to give you a mic too. Okay, it's not about me at all. It's about us and making this whole thing work. Yes, exposure is everything, exactly. Okay, did I miss anybody's question? Yes, absolutely. You can. Just start broadcasting again. Start broadcasting. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep.
I want to thank you so much, Ernie, for giving us a sense. I mean, there's so many people here that aren't even members of your downline, but these are just people who are part of the opportunity, and you're being so helpful. So thank you so much for the time that you put into this.
Hey, no problem. That's why I'm here, Charles.
Hey, no problem. That's why I'm here, Charles.
That's the only reason I'm here, is to help. Okay? Like I said, the stronger that we all can come together and the stronger that we can make this company, it's only better for all of us collectively. And that's why I'll have this webinar every Thursday at 7 p.m. I'll think about doing it on a different day also at a different time, more than once a week if we need to do that. Okay? Right now, let's start off with 7 p.m. Thursday evening, and you have new people, bring them to the webinar. If you're not sure how to explain it, or they just want to hear it from somebody else, bring them to the webinar. And that's what we're here for. Okay. Okay, hold on, Pam. Let me find you here and I'll give you a mic. Okay, Pam, if you just go to the top left, you'll see where it says Start Broadcasting. Click on that, and it'll give you your mic. Top left, it right out saying Start Broadcasting. Just click on that. There you go. You got it.
Am I really loud? Sorry. All I wanted to do was just give you a little story.
Whoops.
And there were 20 people in Walmart shopping. And you go to Walmart on Friday, and there are 200. Walmart's not going to shut down. The sky is not going to fall. Nothing's wrong. But that will be the variation in our program. Everything could not be better. We could not have a better admin. We could not have a better owner. And we have such a wonderful group of people. I've never seen such positiveness and happiness. We have 4 English Skype rooms, 1 Spanish, 1 German. We are cooking, people. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you. Thank you, Charles, and thank you, Ernie.
Hey, thanks a lot, Pam. Uh, whoops. You got to be kidding me. Mm. Sorry about that, everybody. I clicked on the wrong button and kicked everybody, including myself, out. So hopefully people will find their way back in here shortly. If y'all that came back, you were quick. Art and Eric, super quick. Eric from Hawaii, if y'all got questions, go ahead and shoot. That's what we're here for, okay? Sorry about that, everybody. That was my bad. I accidentally pushed the wrong button.